Curcumin is one of those supplements that really grew into quite some buzz, bridging the gap between non-science, more cultural-related world and the staunch science world. It's been touted as a wonder supplement because it's been thought to help in a series of disease states, from its anti-inflammatory properties to its anti-diabetic properties. So, why is the title so serious and negative against curcumin supplementation? Well, this brand, Physionic, is built partly on the idea of understanding the physiology of the human body. And if we look at curcumin in the body, we'll notice something pretty alarming. But let's not take my word for it. Let's bring in a study that a lot of other curcumin studies base their results on. This study, although from the 1990s, 90s kids stand up. Well, I can't really stand up more than I am, but I'm representing. Anyway, back to these researchers of this study who realized that a serious shortcoming of consuming curcumin. Therein, the researchers indicate that there is evidence that once we consume curcumin, it doesn't even end up in our bloodstream. We see that evidenced here. The researchers fed curcumin to rats and humans. We'll focus on the human data because we can in this instance. And after consuming curcumin, the researchers measured blood levels of the molecule because this is how we measure absorption. And as you can see, they found extremely low levels in the blood. So if we consume curcumin and almost none ends up in the blood, we're definitely wasting our money because it's passing right through us. This means that if we lean into our physiology knowledge, that curcumin is consumed, it ends up in our stomach, passes into our intestines, and here is where it should be absorbed into the bloodstream. Yet, it doesn't. It just passes through and we excrete it, or it does get absorbed, but something happens to it. The researchers of this study also speculate that curcumin may be metabolized by the liver and thereby turned into an inactive form of the molecule. But the bottom line is that the desired version of curcumin that is hailed as beneficial against all these disease states is no longer present in the bloodstream. So, yeah, I guess we can say, stop wasting your money. But there is a reason I added those 3 dots at the end of the title, like a hint of an unfinished story. The thing is, this study isn't all bad news. The researchers didn't set out to show, look, curcumin supplementation is pointless. They were actually showing, look, curcumin supplementation is pointless, unless... And here's where we introduce a new molecule, a molecule that is closely tied to the one that makes you sneeze. You guessed it, pepper, but more specifically a component of the pepper family known as piperin. Piperin is known to inhibit the metabolism of several drugs that are metabolized similarly to how curcumin is metabolized in the liver, and even increase the absorption of drugs by affecting the intestines in a multitude of ways, from increasing intestinal fluidity and enzymatic activity. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go into the molecular mechanisms, but the takeaway is that piperin might facilitate greater curcumin absorption, similar to those drugs, and inhibit the liver's metabolism of curcumin into an inactive form. So, does co-ingestion of curcumin with piperin work? Well, let's return to the data. The data shows what we already know. So curcumin alone does not increase much in the blood. But if we stack with our piperin co-ingestion, voila, a robust 20 times increase in blood curcumin levels. And beyond that, it reaches maximal blood levels around 30% faster than when curcumin was consumed alone. So yes, curcumin may be a waste if it's consumed in isolation, but if you down it with a bottle of black pepper, kidding, No need to sneeze your way to good health. Just supplement with piperin specifically, and you'll be set. Did you know, though, this isn't the only video that I've ever produced? I know, shocking. So if you're so inclined, I'd recommend checking out the linked video. It's a good one too. So speak with you there. Bye.